Hey, this is just a bit unfiltered, but I think I'm trying to get you to make trying to get used to making more videos, and part of the way you can do that is just to speak your mind, just say what you're thinking about. And yeah, I think today I'm thinking about a lot of the fact that I'm in a weird state of both being highly educated, and I've stayed at uni for 10 years, um, and lacking or trying to find new direction and being financially behind compared to some of my friends who you'd imagine who went to university but didn't did went to university mainly to have fun, to make friendships, to continue their friendships, and partly sometimes out of obligation that they felt that they had to go to university because that's what we do. um, and it's weird that now I spent 10 years studying something and realizing that actually that's not for me. It's good, it's good that I realized it, because I have friends who are a bit further down the line in staying in academia than I am, and they're finding it difficult to get out of it because the longer you stay in one career, um, the harder it is to get out of it. Sunk cost fallacy to a certain extent. You've done it for long enough. You're not gonna you waste all that time you spent doing it, so you just stay in it forever, which is just stupid. And that's why it's a fallacy. But I'm glad that I'm not doing that. That I listening to the tarot cards that we saw when I was on holiday in Madeira. I mean, that's things like that, tarot cards, and those other kind of like pop psychology, pseudo psychology kind of things. I think are really, really interesting because they hit at something that science likes to pretend doesn't exist, or they shun it from the sense that they think, it's all rubbish, and we can show that actually horoscopes, it doesn't matter what you say, because if you say whatever you say they are, then they fit into that profile. And yeah, that's partly true, but if you look at why people do it, it's not so much that that's the reason they do it, to try and find answers. It's to try and find questions, I think, and try and find out a bit more about themselves by asking themselves questions from a non-judgmental place, from a more spiritual place, a place where it's okay to be wrong, and it's okay to not know, and it's okay to just try and figure things out. I think that's why I think things like tarot cards or ink blot tests and that kind of thing are great, because someone might disagree with it. Yeah, that's fine. You can, of course you can. It's just some cards on a piece of paper. But they allow people to start thinking about something from a different angle, from some way they haven't thought about it before. It's like the sort of saying that you learn in Landmark. You know what you don't know, but there's things you don't know, and sometimes pop psychology, pseudo psychology questions or tasks can make you hit on something that you didn't realize was there, and that's the advantage you get from them. You can see something that it was always hidden from your consciousness, because you'd only been looking at it from one angle, from one perspective, and when you look at it from another, then you can see things in a new light, and you learn something new about yourself. So I think they're really good from that point of view, and I think they should. That's just a fun way to try and understand yourself or talk to other people. Um, but that's a bit of a tangent. Yeah, I mean, the reason I wanted to talk today was that I'm financially behind, or perceive myself to be financially behind. I mean, that's mad to think. I've got a contract. I get paid above average salary for the UK, above average for my age. I've got, but I feel behind. I guess it's because I compare myself somewhat to the people around me, and compared to my friends in Winchester especially, I feel definitely behind. I suppose if I compare myself to my academic friends in London, I wouldn't feel half as behind as I do now. But it's good that I feel behind, because it pushes me forward. It's pushed me to to do things like this YouTube channel, to realise that there's other ways I can make a living, that I have so many skills that I've developed that I can't use all of them in the salaried job. That's a job that someone else needs me to do. I'm going to be a mad person to think you're going to find a job that's going to fit exactly all of your skills and all the things you like doing perfectly on the first time of trying. Yeah, they exist. Yeah, you get them, but they're not the norm. Most people don't have the perfect job for what that they're so passionate about. Most people have a job that they hate. I'm lucky I have a job I enjoy, but I want more, and that's good. I think it's good to want more. I think it's healthy. I think it's normal to be striving for better, because otherwise, what are you doing? You're just standing still, and what's the point in that? Move forward, keep going. And I think I need to do more on YouTube. I need to make better videos. At the moment, I've said about this before in my vlogs. I'm just getting used to the idea of filming and publishing, and that's good. That's good. It's good to do that, but I need to do more than that. And something like just unfiltered, just talking to understand what I think, and there's for other people that maybe want to create content for YouTube, because there's so much opportunity. I mean, if you just think about the amount of time you spend watching YouTube, and if you put a half of that time, 20 minutes of that time a day into making a video and publishing it, and if you did that every day, your video quality would get so much better. It would, and that's what I'm planning to do with mine. Is that just get the video out there. Just get a video out there. Just get used to it. It's gonna be just nonsense. Unfiltered garbage, half of it. But there'll be nuggets of use, and you'll notice it, and you'll go, oh, that's better. That's a good thing to do. Or you'll get someone will actually start watching it, and then you go, oh my god, that was what people wanted to hear. This is the useful thing that people need to hear. And the thing is, for me, I have lots of ideas for videos. I've got book reviews, psychology experiments, showcase, pragmatic psychology and philosophy, self-development, personal stories. I've got them all written down on the whiteboard. But they are, the thing is, as soon as I write something down, I'm going to do this. It's kind of like I put it in this little corner of this is going to be a perfect video, and thus I never pick up the box again, because I'm scared I'm going to break it, because I can't make it as good as I want it to be, and they're never going to be as good as I want them to be. So I've just realizing now, just get some videos out there, do it consistently, just make loads, make tons, and then you're just going to get better and better and better, because that initial, what I was saying earlier about hesitation about putting things online. I've been putting up over a month now. I think I've been putting videos online, and no one watches them, and it doesn't matter, and it's fine. Just get used to that. If you're the kind of person that maybe, as most people are, putting yourself in the public eye is scary, and then when you realise that no one's listening, it's not scary anymore. And I'm talking to myself as much as I'm talking to anyone who does listen. And also the thing with YouTube is that it's not like one video suddenly makes you the uber successful YouTube influencer person that you want to be. It's having a backlog of videos that people can go and watch. To make money from YouTube, to make a living out of this kind of career of being someone that documents or showcases or advises in video content, you need to have a good amount of videos that people can watch after they've watched the one that interested them, so that they bother to follow listening to you. They need to see that, okay, this person's consistent, and that's part of it. You've just got to be consistent as well, and that's why I did the vlogs, and that's why I continue to do them. But there needs to be more than just the vlogs that I have been making, which are what I'm grateful for. It's good. I'm grateful for lots of things, and it's good for my mental health, I think, to realise that every day. And saying something interesting that I've learned, So they are good, and they have made me think more about things that I'm learning. So that is good, and also made me think more about gratitude, which is good. But it's not enough, There's the sort of can see my graph. We've got time on the x-axis and happy and sad on the y-axis, and I think for me, I've had a lot of issues with mental health. I have ADHD. I've always had some issues with depression before in my life. Social relationships, I've always found sort of something that I just half the time I'm not quite sure if I've got right, or I don't know, weird, feel a bit different from everyone else, which is not a bad thing, because I wouldn't have done a PhD and become the person I am if I didn't somewhat not fit in. It's okay to not fit in. Hey, the people that you look up to, they don't fit in. I think that's mad that we look up to certain people like Warren, Jeff Bezos, or Elon Musk, because he's probably the most popular idol of uber successful productivity person doing cool research, studies and experiments and work out there. He's not a normal person. So if you want to become like anyone that is unusually successful, you've got to be unusual, and that's good. Be a bit weird, because if you want to be famous, or if you want to be successful, or if you want to live an unusual life, you're going to have to be a bit weird. So go with it. Do whatever you want. But for me, I think I've got to a point now with YouTube where it was with adding it. I was sort of down here in terms of my happiness. This is sort of around, let's say, before Christmas, and then I stopped drinking. That happened. That's good. I've got the page wet now. This is the water bowl. And now YouTube was a thing where it started to make me happy, but then it's kind of plateaued a bit. Then it kind of plateaued, and that's where I've kind of got to. I've reached this kind of plateau, and the thing is, when you do that, I've started to notice that even though I'm still not drinking, I'm still making the YouTube videos. I started to go down. And that's not good. So I need to, because I'm not progressing, because I'm staying still. So I need to do things like this, because I'm not pushing myself to do something uncomfortable every day, and I've been ignoring the thing that I know I need to do, which is more YouTube. So I'm going to publish more, and I can already feel that just knowing that I'm putting this out there once I finish talking is making me feel, is turning this around, is making it better, and I think I'm going to just publish more. Just publish more videos. It doesn't take long. It just takes having that conversation for me with my mind, where I'm like, oh, I don't want to do it. I don't feel bad about it. I'll just watch some YouTube and stuff for a bit. It's alright, because I'm going to do a vlog later. So that thing. I'll do a vlog later. I was like, fuck off. No, you need to be angry. You need to get angry to make progress. Sometimes with yourself, you've got to realise when you're being a simp, or you're being a wimp, or you're being pussy about it, and just kind of go, no, shut up, we're doing this now, and do it. You got to have a good hard conversation with yourself sometimes when you notice that you are slipping into that beta version of yourself, that I can't be bothered, let's just cuddle up and just relax and watch something. No, have a good strong word with it. Realize when you're being that person and tell them to go away, and then from doing that, we'll continue to rise up. We'll continue to be better. Anyway, so that's some unfiltered just talk to myself and to anyone else out there who's listening, who maybe has also been in the same situation somewhat, or feels like they need to get a step up in life. And I hope it's useful. It's useful for me to at least get this out there and to do something that I know I've been putting off, and I've been denying that it's been scaring me. I think it is, and it has been scaring me, because I'm just going, I'm doing the vlog, so it's fine. I'm doing YouTube. Fuck off. This is what I need to do. So yeah, that's all for today. Ciao for now.